Zimbabwe muri kuzviona sei, oh shall remain. Yours truly miss a one blow. Foolish government, yeah me raspi. Urumende yemageva, akatumira mbava. Urumende yemageva, tiri kutongwa netoti. Emerson uri geva, takatumira mbava. Geva, matoti. Urumende yembava, tiri kutongwa negeva mbava. Toti, takatumira. From bad to worse, tishiva kuna baba bona. Unogona wona hapa na chata gona. Zwakangoma life iri kuona. Orita nditi munoti kutongwa kwaro. But say kuchishgave kumba kwaro. Youths unemployed but inao magwaro. Zimbabwe yese haina mufaro. Say muchidaru, kuita makaro. There is too much kakistocracy. Where is our democracy? Chibataru oko rwangu mwana weva. Inindi chabarako. Let's rise, let's be wise and expose this Zimbabwe aparara vedue. Saga chibataru oko rwangu mwana weva. Urumende yemageva, takatumira mbava. Urumende yemageva, tiri kutongwa netoti. Emerson uri geva, takatumira mbava. Geva, matoti. Urumende yemambava ta, tiri kutongwa negeva mbava. Toti, takatumira. Zimbabwe muri kuzviona sei, oh shall remain. Yours truly miss a one blow. Foolish government, yeah me raspi. Urumende yemageva, akatumira mbava. Urumende yemageva, tiri kutongwa netoti. Emerson uri geva, takatumira mbava. Geva, matoti. Urumende yembava, tiri kutongwa negeva mbava. Toti, takatumira.
Anzi hurumende yematsotsi, hurumende yemageva, tiri kutongwa nembava. Emerson uri geva. That's the sound of Simba one blow. Ayawaka. Let's go and support the platform. Yakanzi Simba one blow on YouTube. Just go there. Monoona music ye mando ye pamsoro music ye chaiyo music inonakidza. Some of the songs ndo andinovhurisa some programs on this platform, like the one yanda play ipapapa inonzi geva. Anzi hurumende yemageva, tiri kutongwa netsotsi, tiri kutongwa nechinyi, tiri kutongwa nembava. Greetings, good people. My name is TJ Oli, and welcome to Point 5 Creative Studios, your favorite platform on YouTube. Manje, and munoza kuti mazuano tangomeka sure kuti every day na 9 o'clock tinenge tine guest tichikurukura nyaya dzakasiyana. Ungave uri mufundisi, ungave uri a politician, you want to participate in these programs, get in touch with me on the numbers on the screen. Anditi nokupai mukana mokurukura, because this platform is for everyone. Anditika. Right, today we want to talk about President Emerson Mnangagwa, and our live stream today I'm gonna give Comrade Whitehead a time to speak whatever you want to present, and I've got a lot of burning questions. I know a lot of people want to hear those answers. handisi ndega ndine mibvunzo yakawanda iyoyo, and there is a lot of nyaya dzinotaurwa nevanhu, dzimwe dzechokwadi dzimwe dzekunyepa. Thank God we've got Comrade Whitehead. He was there kubva kuhondo kusvika ZANU-PF ichibatana zvichienda kumberi ichitonga kusvikira vaMnangagwa vachipinda pachigaro vakazviona zvese, and he is not talking kuzvinhu zvavakaverenga, he is talking this from experience. So if you have any question yaungafeel kuti I want to ask this question about Mnangagwa, President Mnangagwa, feel free to drop it on the super chat. Wotiudzawo kuti uri kuda kubvunza kuti chii. Let's keep it clean, ngatisatukanai, ngatisashoranai, ma questions ngaauye handitika. Someone is saying volume iri low. Let me see if I can just do something here. Thank you for that contribution. But as you see, Comrade Whitehead, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening to you.
Yeah, I'm just sorting. No, I'm good. I'm just sorting out my volume. Someone is complaining and saying my volume is too low. So that's what I'm fixing right now here. I think it's going to be better now. I think it's better now. Let me know how is the volume on the top chat. So how was your day, Baba? Maswera zvakanaka.
Swera maswera mimi ameno ikoko kwenyuko.
Today we had I think the best weather. We had the best weather. The temperature is good. I'm even drinking coffee as we speak. So today I'm not rushing anyway. So we need to exhaust this Mnangagwa topic today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I have also given a platform to listeners to ask their questions, and then I'll be noting them down, and then I will ask you when you finish your presentation.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting much of your time, let's give the platform to Comrade Whitehead. I don't know why every time I want to call you Dr. Whitehead. I don't know.
I don't know where it's coming from.
Every time when I'm introducing you, I want to say doctor. I don't know where is it coming from. But
I don't know.
Anyway, let me give you the platform, Comrade Whitehead, and then you do your presentation.
The name Whitehead was given by Mugabe himself.
Is it?
And what? Yeah.
Nice.
And what Whitehead. So it became a name.
Oh.
Like September. Anyway, that's it. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can start.
Okay. Mane rakanaka muri yeZimbabwe kwese kwamuri kumatirimana enyika nekunze kwenyika kwese kune muZimbabwe ndoti manheru, masikati, mangwanani zvienderana kuti uri kuneipi nyika. Nyadvingelela ntambama namhla maZimbabwe mahle lonke lapha likhona kulawo mazwe. Hayi litshone njani ngantambama enhle kanje. Uhlelo lwethu namhla sizokhuluma ngomongameli mbijana ke sithi chapchaphu ngezinye izinto. Kulezinto ezikhulunywayo ngodaba likaMnangagwa wazalwa ngaphi, umZambia, umuni, wenzani. Sizazama ukuhlazulula kulezo ndawo. Chayedza nepantinogona. Zvandisingaziva handizvitaure pano. Kanzwa chandataura pano chinhu chandakaona kwete chinhu chandakanzwa. Ndo zvandichataura pano. Anenge ane mubvunzo zvavataura vaDJ vedu kuti aiwa ane mubvunzo ngaabvunze ndiri pano. Right. Kuva Mnangagwa ndiani? Mnangagwa chizvarwa cheZimbabwe. Ndiro chekutanga, ndoda kutanga ipapo. Chizvarwa cheZimbabwe. NdevakwaSibanda vanhu ava. baba vake vakanga vari somewhere kushurugu kunonzi kuzivagwe side rekukwekwekwekwe kune Shabanugu iko kwavanobva. Vakatama vakaenda kuZambia during Federation ndofunga naivo Mnangagwa vanga vachirika mufana but vaberekwa kare. Baba vake vatamira kuZambia vakanovaka ikoko, nanhasi kune hama dzavo dziri ikokoko kuZambia panzvimbo inonzi kumumbwa, ikoko akashayikira baba vake. Asi nekufamba kwenguva akazovatora akazovanaviga kuZimbabwe. Munhu akapinda nezvematongerwo enyika sevamwe maZimbabwean vanga vari kuZambia ikoko vakawanda. Akapinda kuZAPU akaidzidzira zvidzidzo zvehondo in the mid 60s. Akasungwa, vakakepchwa nemabhunu, akaenda kujera akasentenswa kuti anogurwa musoro, akapiwa death sentence. Yakazokomyutwa nekuti anga achirika mufana, ndo reason yakapiwa nemaBritish kuti agoni kuurayiwa nokuti mudiki is below 21 years and munhu wekuZambia. So 72 I think, or mid 72 ndopa akabudiswa akadhipotiwa akadzokera kuZambia. Angatova kuZANU ipapo abva kuZAPU. So paakasvika kuZambia haana kumbonyanyopinda kune zvematongerwo enyika. Akazotanga kuita zvechikoro zvake, zvangonzodza Emerson ari munomu ariko hake ari kuchikoro, ari kuyunivhesiti, akaita sei akamboshanda nana late Zambian president mwana wasa ikoko. Kuti tizoziva kuti adzoka kuhondo, it was during Zipa time. Ndipo patakazonzwa mukurumbira wake kuti Emerson adzoka ariko. But achidzoka anga ari kuZANU ikoko. Pakati apa pese from 72 paakadzoka, handina ruzivo kuti anga ari kukamba ipi, because ndozoti anga ari kuchikoro achigara kumumbwa kwacho ikoko. Akambonogara pane maflats ari padhuze nzvimbo inonzi Mazdero, vari vana vezvikoro ikokoko. Right. After Mugabe auya, tinonzwa vanotaura zvakawanda wanda. Vakafa Chitepo, Mnangagwa was not in the picture at that time. Chitepo vakafa na 1975. 1975 hondo yanga tokura kare. Maleaders anga toburiswa mumajere. Maleaders vakaburiswa mumajere 1974. vakatanga kubudisa nkomo Joshua nkomo weZimbabwe.
Hello? Hello? I don't know what is going on here. And Shawan's, let me see if I can hang up and call him again. If you have got any questions that you feel you want to ask, feel free to ask any question. At the end of this program, I will be reading those questions out. Today we've got a lot of time. We've got time on our hands. So don't worry. Anything that you want to know about your president, about President Emmerson Mnangagwa, I don't know what's going on with Dr. Comrade Whitehead's phone. Yeah, maybe there's something wrong with his network. Let me see if I can get him back online. Let me see, just hold on there. Yeah. Ameno, mambo square sei kwa muri, uri sei mutusha, urukudhura kudai. Yeah, zvakanaka. Now I don't know what's going on here now. It's just saying calling. Let me see if I can get him back online quickly.
Zimbabwe muri kuzviona osei, shall remain. Yours truly, Mr. One blow, foolish government. Yeah, me raspi. Urumende yema geva, akatumira mbava. Urumende yema geva, tiri kutongwa netoti. Emerson uri geva, takatumira mbava geva. Matoti, urumende yembava, tiri kutongwa negeva mbava. Toti, takatumira. From bad to worse, tishiva kuna baba bona. Unogona wona hapa na chata gona. Zwakango my life iri kuona. Orita nditi munoti kutongwa kwaro. But say kuchishga vekumba kwaro. Youths unemployed but inao magwaro. Zimbabwe yese aina mufaro. Say muchidaru. There is too much kakistocracy. Where is all the...
Right, let me see if I can try or if I can get him on another line quickly here. The other one is it's offline. It's just saying calling, not ringing. And this one is saying, yes, hello? Hello? Hello, Comrade Whitehead, can you hear me? Hello? Nothing. I don't know what's going on there. Let's give it one more time. Let's try it again. And see. Can you hear me right there? Let me see.
Chibataru okoro wangu mwana weva. Inindi chabarako. Let's rise, let's be wise and expose this Zimbabwe aparara vedue. Saga chibataru okoro wangu mwana weva. Urumende yema geva, takatumira mbava. Urumende yema geva, tiri kutongwa netoti. Emerson uri geva, takatumira mbava geva.
Yes, hello?
Yeah, network.
Yeah, that's one, but now you are back now. Hello? Comrade Whitehead, can you hear me? Hello? Yeah, pakaipa. Angomana wasikuda kuti nyaya dzisvike kuvanhu ava. Havasikuda kuti nyaya dzisvike kuvanhu. Let's give it one more try. One more try tione kuti tinokunda here apa. He's saying it's his network is playing iri kunetsa mazuva ano. Yeah. Let's see if we can try one more time kuti tinowina here apo. But anyway, takamirira Comrade Whitehead kuti vadzoke back online. Hanzi, he never went to university. There is no proof that, or there's no proof of that. His blood sister told us that he was a bricklayer. Yeah, I think I did a story. I think I did that story some time ago. Where she was saying kuti vakandidyisa poison ndikavaruma pamhino or something like that. Yeah, mawani isaizvenyu macomments enyu makasununguka makapombonoka. Comrade Whitehead vari kudzoka and then tokurukura vachapindura mibvunzo yese, even nyaya dzamakanzwa nevanhu muchifunga kuti ndedzekunyepa, dzimwe dzamaifunga kuti ndedzechokwadi, dzese nyaya dziri welcome kunge dzichiiswa sei, dzichiiswa pajekerere. And tiri kutaura naComrade Whitehead vachange vachitiudza nemo because vakange varipo panguva yacho. Comrade Whitehead, ayo?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear now.
But iyo hii futi chakata hii haina, iya ndio iri nani, tell one.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, we can just do tona patreta swika papo. Let's just do it and then tona taswika papo.
Alright, totanga patswa here kana kuti ndotanga pandasira papo.
Tanga pamasira, it's a live stream. We are streaming. Vanhu vari kutoona izvozvo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Ndanichiti inini ma-leaders akaburisa mujere 1974. Kuye kutanga yeZANU yakaitwa naMugabe, Morris Nyakumbo naInnocent Gada. Ndio vakatanga kuti vabvisa ndava neNgistole. That was 1974 before December. Kuchibva ipapo Kaunda akasvika kuno kakaramba kuti aiwa ima handitauri nemi, ndoda ndava neNgistole. So vakadzokera, ndo vakazobudiswa ndava neNgistole, kauya kukaitiwa yainzi Lusaka Declaration, the 7th December Lusaka Declaration ya 1974. Ndiyo akabatanidza maboka aya matatu, Goti Frolizi, ZAPU neZANU. Mnangagwa was not there at that time. We never heard anything about him. 1975 which utaurirwana kwamboitwa yaKissinger iya yeVictoria Falls Bridge ikatadza. Then Chitepo dies in 1975. Paakafa at that time ndobva kwamiswa hondo. Yamiswa hondo zvanzi vese Florizi, ZANU, ZAPU munoenda kuMboroma. Form a united front under the banner of the ANC led by Bishop Abel Mzorewa. So we did not see Mnangagwa featuring in all those structures and all that time. Ndo nguva kwakasungwa vanatongogara nevamwe ma-leaders eZANLA kuti kufa kwaChitepo. I'm not going to venture today with akaura Chitepo ndiani. I'm talking about Mnangagwa. That year, same year, 76 chitanga pakati pegore ndobva taendeswa kuMozambique tese. Ndipo pakazotanga bongozozo rezano. Anyway, before that, there was Nare. Mnangagwa was not there. In Nare rebellion, Mnangagwa was not there. Up to 1976, Dag Mozambique ndipo pakazotsvagwa naMugere. Then Geneva Conference, kubva ipapo, like I said yesterday, tangira ipapo sonzwisisa chaizvo. Kubva ipapo Mnangagwa achisvika akawana kuno kurwisana pakati pemakaranga nemanyika. Because remember, Chitepo, Untold was coming from Manicaland. Chitepo was coming from Manicaland. Morris Nyagumbo was coming from Manicaland. My leaders, you are. So now there was this wrestling with Iowa. Isuma Karanga Ndustakawanda. And that move was supported Nana Tongogara. Tongogara pakavisa uyu ainzani uyu akamvisa 1973 paConference of Militants yeZanla. Ndipo musi wakakaumbwa kuti military wing yeZANU ichadaidzwa ichinzi Zimbabwe National Liberation Army, ZANLA. Ikabva yatungamirirwa naTongogara, and the subsequently forming the Dare Chimurenga or the War Council. The same thing, of course, was happening in ZAPU also. ZAPU formed its military wing in 1972 with the Mangena taking over as the ZIPRA commander. So same thing was happening in Zanda in 1973. They did the same thing. So we are going to these talks up to Geneva as a united front, which composed the Frolese. The Frolese was a breakaway entity from ZAPU, led by James, who was then the vice president of ZAPU and the leader of the external wing of ZAPU, assisted by Jason Ziapapamoy. The same thing was happening in ZANU, with the Herbert Chitepo being the leader of the external wing, assisted by the War Council led by Nana Ngripati Uyu, anonzi mukonorere mnongo ndiye ngari naChitepo. Vamwe vana hama dziripi and so on and so on. Vamwe vakazoya pakati. So when Mugabe comes into Mozambique, he finds there is this war, this tribal thing. Tongogara rejects Mugabe. Tamude. So there is now this confusion. Ndabaneng Stole is being fired. So the Kakao declaration yamurunza ishtaura nezvayo. Ndiyo yakonzeresa zvese nyonga dzese dziri panapa dziri kuitika. Mnangagwa, that's when he comes in, he joins the Zezuru group. He does not join this group yema Karanga. Tongogara is in detention and is released in 1976. Rex Nongo is in charge. Is as a Zulu. So he assists the elevation of Mugabe. And this was done at Mnangagwa to accommodate Mugabe. So Tongoka is just coming in from detention and has come back from from Geneva conference. He has not yet established himself. So eventually the takes over. And the subsequent calls for Mnangagwa. Ndipo pakazotanga kuti Mnangagwa chaizvo zvinzi ari kuhondo. So it does all these things. Mugabe trust Mnangagwa. There is a discontentment between among Zanda cadres. Mugabe is a spy. He cannot lead this revolution. Hatisi kuziva kuti atumwa naSmith kuti azoita sei. Is detained in Mozambique by Samora Machel, having been convinced navatongogara kuti aiwa uyu munhu hatisi kumuona zvakanaka. But now, because the Zulu clan was so powerful at that time, they succeeded in installing Mugabe. Mnangagwa is now there. He's appointed now as the security advisor to Mugabe, he was now very close to Mugabe, managing Mugabe's movement, managing Mugabe's security, and so on. Tese tiri kuMozambique apa. Aumba zipa tiri tese. Mnangagwa is now a good boy. So there's a Zulu clan, they take over the leadership. Vosunga vamwe vese havana rugare gumbo, vana madziripi, vana vakawanda wanda vakasungwa nguva iyoyo. Ndobva vavharirwa ikoko. Mnangagwa is with Mugabe. So this tribal thing grows up. Zipa collapses. By end of 76, Isuswe Zipra had already left now back to Zambia.
Yeah, network mawani zvekutodaro ameno tichiri kuitika avo. Ameno tichiri kuitika on his end, but unfortunately hatichamunzwa Comrade Whitehead. Havachanzwika. I'm not sure what's really going on. Yes, kuna vachangoti bata tinokushingamidzai kuchirongwa 0.5 creative 2.5 creative studios. Right, yeah, muri kuzvinzwira mega nyaya dzacho dzemukuru kuti dzakatangira kupi dzichienda kupi. Kana une maquestions aunawo aunofunga kuti unogona kungoita sei, kungobvunza at any time, nyora comment section umo, and then Comrade Whitehead vanozopindura. Let's see if we can get him back online. Tonoti zviri kufamba sei uye zvakaita sei, zvakamira sei. Ameno kuti maswera sei kwamuri kunzvimbo dzakasiyana siyana, mutusva wakwira kudai muri kuzvigonawo sei, zvakamira sei, zviri kufamba sei. Let me see if I can get him back online here quickly. Okay. Yes, hello?
Hello?
Yes, yeah, we are back.
Right. I'm trying to be a bit quicker.
Okay,
So,
okay.
right. So, isu tadzokera 1976 tese tadzokera kuZambia. The Zipa is collapsed. So they form up this dynasty, Mazezuru, led by Mugabe. I said yesterday with Chiwenga and the group rake vana Augustine Chihure and so on. Vese ndivo vakaunza Mugabe. But at a later stage, vana Chihure havakambosungwa vakaiswa kumakomba. So Chiwenga elevated naiye ndofunga that's when he became the commissar, a regional commissar ikokoko. But what did Mnangagwa do? Hello?
Yes, I am here.
Murundinzo?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Okay. So what did they do? What did Mnangagwa do at that time? What role was he playing? He became a very good informer for Mugabe and a close combatant to Mugabe, or a Mugabe vigilante. So they continue like that up to 1980. In fact, just before that, there's a call now because 1978 August, Queen Elizabeth visited Zambia. And there are some talks again, which resulted into the period leading to the Lancaster House of 1979. So these talks again, wanting to bring the forces together, and the frontline states begin to be divided again, with Nyerere and Samora supporting ZANU and Kaunda supporting ZAPU is alone. But now that Mozambique and Angola, they are independent. So Botswana and Angola and Kaunda supports ZAPU, and Samora and Nyerere supports ZANU. So there is this confusion during that time. And a confusion which lasted up to possibly 1970, 1980. And Mnangagwa is with Mugabe. So Mnangagwa takes up this anger of 1975, that the 1974, that the Mazezuru massacred Makaranga. Am I audible? Am I audible? Hello? Hey, Matata.
Yes, you are.
Hello?
Yes, you are. You are. You are.
Okay, please keep on. Right. So Mnangagwa takes up that anger. He wants to revenge. So he stick with the Zulu community. Rex Inongo is now the commander because Josat Itongogara dies in December, last month of the year, just days before the independence of Zimbabwe, and that we are now going to head for elections. Tongogara at Geneva in 1976, he had preferred Nkomo to lead, and again he repeats the same in London in 1979, that we are going to contest the election as a united front under the banner of the Patriotic Front. So Mugabe refuses. And we get into election. ZANU says we're going to go our way, ZAPU goes their way. Right. Then Mnangagwa Sidend is prominent now because in ndiyakufamba napresident, ndiyakutaura zvese zvinotariswa, ndiyakutarisa vanhu vari anti-Mugabe. So he remained that person wekuti anenge angoda kumutsa musoro chete kuzanu ikoko against Mugabe, you go. Now we get to independence in 1980, we go for election, ZANU is declared a winner. Mnangagwa comes up with this thing again. Advises Mugabe just immediately after the elections. This ambition yake yokuda kuita mutungamiriri. Advises Mugabe, there is a threat into your life. Unogona kuuraiwa at any time. So the best thing chidzokera kuMozambique. Panapa vanokuuraya. I'll control the situation. Mugabe goes back, gets to Mozambique. Samora says, no. Uyo munhu wako vari kutaura nezvakewo akutotorera chigaro iwewe. That's when Mugabe comes back. He takes up with the power. Mnangagwa is a very patient somebody. Mungamutuka mukaita sehapindure. He calculates his moves. So what does he do? How does he gain a favor and he create a CV for himself or build up to prominence? Says Mandevere vakupanduka. He's no longer talking about ZAPU now. Talks about Mandevere. And I want people of Zimbabwe to understand this. There was these differences that I've said between ZIPRA and ZANDA or ZAPU and ZANU. But immediately after independence, Mnangagwa does not attack Mashonaland Central and Mashonaland West, where ZAPU was strong, and Manicaland. He comes up with the idea that Mandevera Pandu creates a narrative that they are armed groups. That narrative grows higher. Mugabe falls into that. They take this Mapungu, because the program here Mapungu, kunorarwa kumacamp says, so Komana vese, they are taken now to become ZANU militia. And that was the beginning of the formation of the Kukuraundi army, which later became the 50th Brigade. There were only 4 brigades. Right. We move to 1981. 1981, Varungu vana holds varega ma position uyu Ningiri Nongo becomes the commander of the army, and Mugabe appoints Mnangagwa as the Minister for National Security. And he is right when he says systems essay, intelligence, he formulated them. So he works together with the British government or the Rhodesian forces. So they become sympathetic to ZANU. And the way ZIPRA cadres were being massacred or arrested or what, the Rhodesians kept quiet up to the Ntumbani number 1, Ntumbani number 2. which was really a madness, and that which shouldn't have happened. The two liberation movements are now at each other's throat. Then immediately after these disturbances of Intumbani and the Konmara and the Mana Pools assembly point are now solved, and everyone is going for integration. There is a selection of integration. Mnangagwa is now in charge of the national security. He creates the Kukuraundi. The Kukuraundi up to 1987. We go back, Mnangagwa is still holding these things, and they tell Mugabe what to do every day. So Mugabe makes all these mistakes, and there is this tension between the two political parties. 1987, then we sign a unit accord, but Zipa is already disadvantaged. So what exactly is Mnangagwa? Who is really Mnangagwa? Is Sivanda by totem? I don't know these other names that it keeps on coming up. I don't know about it. But in brief, Mnangagwa's ambition to become a president did not start now. It started as early as 1980, when he wanted to overthrow Mugabe. And he failed. So after the unit accord, we saw the now elimination of the first thing that happened. It was the Karanga group. Tanga kufa vanhu vakawanda, the Karanga group in the leadership. Mnangagwa is still standing with the Zulus. Until when now Mnangagwa becomes Minister of Defense, Minister of this. In 2004, he did what he did, trying to create another dynasty when he wanted to become the vice president. By his own objective, he becomes a president one day. So let me end here, and by saying, I'll respond to your questions. I want to give you more time for questions and other people to question about Mnangagwa. Let me say then, there is an assertion that I hear every day that Mumba. Mumba is not a tribe. Mumba is a place in Zambia. It's in the western part of Lusaka, dominated by most of the Lenje people. They live in that area. And many Zimbabweans is predominantly Zimbabwean area. All those Zimbabweans who migrated or were moved from Zimbabwe to Zambia, they were put in Mumbo. Most of them, they are there up to today. So a very large population of Zimbabweans who came as a result of the Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasaland. So he is not a Zambian. He was born in Zimbabwe. That's number one. Was he trained? Yes, he was trained in guerrilla warfare. Indeed, he was. What happened after his discharge from prison? He did nothing up to 1976. So there's not much about him in the armed struggle, except, yes, he was one of the pioneers to be trained guerrilla warfare, and they deployed at home, and is captured. He lives in prison for some number of years. After his imprisonment, he goes back to Zambia. He's in the rear. He started pursuing his education, and so on and so on. So he only comes to rejoin the armed struggle if respectively 1976. So there is no much really of Mnangagwa having in
Yo, network iyatanga futhi. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Pakaipa network. Yeah, hanzi vane mubvunzo, feel free kunyora mubvunzo yenyu so that I can ask him. Let me see if we can get him back online again. Let's see here. I don't know what's happening today with his network. All these past days, itaita streams edu zvakanaka without any hiccups. Everything was perfect. Everything was clean. Hanzi bill number 3, fuel yakwira. 2030, get ready for 2030. At least itaapa number 1, itaakuzikanwa kunzi tiriko. Fuel yedu yakwira ne 39%. Yeah. Makwiziro acho yaya asipo. Asiriwo chaiwo makwiziro acho yayo. Ameno kuti munoti chiyo nazo zvikanzi na Charles Masenda. A big tune, big up Rasta. Yeah, his name is Simba One Blow. And then I have read this comment before. He never went to university. There is no proof. Yeah, he's calling back again. Let me see if I can get him. Yes, hello? Yeah, ndukunzwa loud and clear. Munogona kudzima inyo video call hai nabasa. Maita video munongoenda pakakamera komungo kabaya kumva kadzima. Yeah, kadzima. Right, perfect. Ndukunzwa loud and clear.
They say Mnangagwa since he became a member of the Zimbabwean government in 1980, he is responsible for the creation of Kukuraundi. That is his own creation. Mnangagwa is also responsible for the Cholocho Declaration, which resulted in many people becoming casualties of that and some being expelled from the party. Mnangagwa is responsible again for the death of many other comrades secretly. He created the Kwekwe Mafia, which is, or maybe up to now, managed by Muda. Yes, Owen Ngube, who is Muda. Hello?
Yes, ndukunzwa.
Okay. So he created that dynasty, which really caused the havoc, and they were untouchable, those people. Wakomana bemapanga. Between Kadoma, Kwekwe, that's where they were operating from. That's Mnangagwa's creation. It is also Mnangagwa responsible, a very strong suspicion that he had a hand in the death of Solomon Mujuru. It is Mnangagwa who is responsible for the 2008 massacre. When maybe I've skipped this, it is Mnangagwa is also responsible for the incarceration of Morgan Tsvangirai and the allegation that he wanted to assassinate the president at that time, You remember what is his name? That guy who produced the video. That was a choreographed by Izanu and the specialist being Mnangagwa. Is also responsible for the downfall of Pius Ncube, the Archbishop Pius Ncube. That's Mnangagwa. And he is responsible for of course, the strong suspicion that he had a hand in the death of Solomon Mchuru because he wanted to pave his way. So that has been Mnangagwa. What has been Mnangagwa's relationship with the military and the security sector? He has been a godfather in those two institutions. He has been a godfather. So today, what is happening? There is no general who can claim to be surprised of what is happening with Mnangagwa today, because they knew him as a defense minister. The things that he caused them to do, they know about that. I don't subscribe to what this Themba Mliswa is saying, but I want to say Mliswa is exposing the ruthlessness of the generals against the citizens through Mnangagwa. That's the only thing that he doesn't want to say, that all those things were done by Mnangagwa using the military. The deployment of the military into the civilian, the intimidation that you see in Zimbabwe was done by Mnangagwa. And Mnangagwa, his personal history, which these generals know, all Umchena Lava, Ujabulan Mahlang, they know history of Mnangagwa. They know. They are senior. They were there when these things I'm talking about were there. Mnangagwa was not there. He only came back in 1976. That's when we started to hear about Mnangagwa. The commanders were there at that time. Today are not being talked about. That's another danger in ZANU. Vana Hamaziripi, how did they disappear? Vana Zino, Vana Gwauya. Where are they today? That's ZANU, that's ZANLA section. Right. I've spoken about Wana Kumalo, the pioneers of ZANLA. Right. So Mnangagwa is responsible for dismantling ZANU Ngokwayo outside the PF. So they cannot now today come and tell us that there is something new, they know is surprising them. No. The death, yes, I agree that we are all old. All of us. Yes, war veterans. Ndakaramba kuti ukanzwa war veteran anotanza ne 60 years, zoti fake. If fake, any war veterans claiming to be 60, at least if he says is 65, 67, maybe we can give a benefit of a doubt, because he would have been trained at the age maybe 17 thereabout. But he cannot be 60. That's a fake. So yes, we are now because of the background, training and so on. Now you are a civilian, you go home, the body started deteriorating, you are no longer exercising as we were used to do even when you were still in the service. So the body possibly deteriorates, and once attacked by a certain disease, you die. But the rate in which our generals are dying is alarming. it should be a cause for concern. Really. But it should not be a surprise, especially to these generals. No, it shouldn't. The people immediately after 2008, period leading to 2013, the military was directly involved. Vese vana Mchena we was in the commissariat. Ndiwo wanga ari ma-leaders e-commissariat. When he retired from the Air Force, he came and he joined ZANU-PF. And they were responsible for beating up people in the opposition. They were responsible for making sure that ZIPRA does not exist and it has no say. This is their thing. They were responsible for that. So they cannot now say, no, what is happening with Mnangagwa, the constitution, what? No, because they themselves, they staged the coup in 2008. They staged a coup in 1980. That was a coup against the ZAPU. They dismantled the ZAPU. These are the same generals who are crying foul today. So let us not be deceitful. I don't agree that Mnangagwa should go up to 2030, but it is their own making. It is them who pirated this man. It is them who worshipped Mnangagwa when he was a Minister of State Security and a subsequent Minister of Defense. I heard somebody here, I think he missed one point. He did not refuse to vacate the seat of being Minister of State. He only 2014, when he was now the Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, he refused. He was only appointed in 2014. So he did not relinquish his position as a Minister of Justice and Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. He remained that minister. So, and that's why he manipulated all these judges. He is responsible for that. He is responsible, Mnangagwa, for again destroying the government of national unity between the MDC and ZANU-PF. So these deaths that are happening, including that of Tungamirai, including that of Zinavashe, including that of Solomon Mujuru, they were there, they were seeing. They should have interrogated this. And what is surprising is that these are the people who know Mnangagwa between 1972 and 1976. Where was he? What was his orientation in prison? How did he come? What did they discuss with Mugabe? Mugabe was a detainee. He was a terrorist. How did they meet? What was the discussion? What was the agreement? Why did Mugabe look for Mnangagwa in 1976? When he went there, he found there was a Zanda structure, properly structured under the leadership of Tongogara. Why did he seek to look for Mnangagwa? What they had agreed? So these generals should not put on camouflage even when they are retired. They know the truth. Right. So this is about Mnangagwa.
Yes.
Fast forward is responsible for the creation of Kukraundi. Cholo declaration. All these moves, Zasunga chete mahara kwaifa vanhu. Dzingwa vanhu kupati. Hakuna munhu asina kusafa as a result of this confusion within ZANU. Even after the unit accord, these things have been always there. So now he says, I'm a constitutionalist. I'm not standing. I know the day I'm going to leave office. That's what he says. This is the same language he said in 2004 that I have no ambition of becoming anything. Yet gathered the provincial chairpersons of all the provinces, and the only 6 attended. When they were now under fire, it disowned them and they were fired from the party. It did say so at Elangen. And they know Mnangagwa does not forget. Obedi Mpofu is one of the people who was fighting Mnangagwa in 2004. And Mnangagwa has gone back to check in his file. This is why he's out today. Jonathan Moyo was his man in 2004 at Choloto Declaration. Opam Chinguri, Patrick Chinamasa, vanhu vaMnangagwa, Natadzamire, vanhu vaMnangagwa, vana Mai Mahofa, vanhu vaMnangagwa, Mike Madiro kuManikaland, vanhu vaMnangagwa. So all those who did not support him in 2004, they are paying the price now. He knows them one by one and is eliminating them. All those who did not support the coup, they are paying the price now. It's not every soldier who supported the coup. It's not every general who supported the coup of 2017. They are paying the price now. So they should not pretend. Unyora Matsamba. Vanamchena, they were Mnangagwa's boys. We knew that. We know that. Everybody else know that. They were there. They supported Mnangagwa's candidature in 2009. He failed. And the Joyce retained that position of being vice president of the party. And what did they do? They hatched a plan to eliminate the husband because he was the only pillar standing with him, Joyce Mujuru. So today, I wonder why people will be talking like this. But anyway, that's Mnangagwa. So this, what is happening today, Mnangagwa doesn't care who dies, who says what. If it's going to have some people being casualties, is happy about that. Vana Ziambi ava. Ma-amateur kuna Mnangagwa, they were not there when these things were happening. Ziambi was a small boy. His father, yes, he actually was also from Mnangagwa at that time. So they are too young to stand this. Achaba dishonor. Once things go rough, it's going to disown them. That's Mnangagwa. But the only thing that people should know, Mnangagwa does not forget his enemies. Never. Will never make that mistake. He will pursue you, wherever you are. He will pursue you until you are 6 feet down. So the 2030 mantra is being engineered. Mnangagwa having this, now his ambition or his focus is not ZANU-PF anymore. His focus, how does he protect his assets? How does he do that?
Yeah.
So he's looking for somebody who is going to protect his assets when he's gone or when he retires. This is why he's bringing Vanatungwarara, Vanatagwire. Chiwenga should be asking himself, how did he lose Tagwire? Because Tagwire was Chiwenga's boy. How did he lose him? Right. Will the letters that are being written by the generals to parliament and any other institution that they are voicing intimidate Mnangagwa? Will they? The answer is no. Mnangagwa is never intimidated about that. What will be the end result before December this year? Mnangagwa has already set up a goal. What is he going to do? Because for him to complete a term, according to them, by September, he should resign. That's before 3 years, so he will not be deemed to have completed a term. If he continues as the president until after September, then he has completed a term. So he cannot stop. Is he going to do that? Let's see. If he's going to resign in September and resume his first term of 2 years after September, what will be happening in that interval? These are the questions that people need to interrogate. Who will be acting in his place? Who is going to be a placeholder? Because definitely in September, if he wants to say, I'm starting a new term of 2 years, he has to resign in September. If he doesn't, he will complete his 3 years. So he's no longer eligible. He would have gone a term, a full term. Therefore, he cannot be eligible. So what is he going to do? And what are these generals saying about that? What are they going to say about that? So we are waiting to see what will be their reaction. What will be those who are saying no to 2030's position at that time? Like I said in my previous recordings, that I don't like 2030 mantra, but we are too late, because the resolution number 1 has already been done without Mnangagwa indicating any resistance. It's already done. We are now dealing with the resolution number 2. But those who are saying no to 2030 have not dealt with the resolution number 1. They are now concentrating on resolution number 1. By the time they start to respond to resolution number 2, which is parliament, it will be too late again. How deep is Mnangagwa involved in this thing? my own view, this is my personal view. Mnangagwa is setting up these groups, one or the other. Whether they know or they don't know, I don't know. But so much that when this thing goes to parliament, the court will pronounce itself to say the term like Chinamasa, like Paul Mangwana, the term is not 3 years. Anything less than 3 years, not a term. Mnangagwa, you can proceed with the parliament. If the court does so, the parliament goes through, these people who are making noise today, what would be their next move? The parliamentarians under their control, what have they told them up to today? Be it as members of parliament that belong to him, who defected together with him from Triple C. Timber, the same. Have they told their parliament, if you vote for 2030, you are going to recall you? They told their members to do that. The answer is no. If they have not, their members are going to vote yes, because Chabango said, anyone who is going to oppose, I'm going to recall you. Right. So what is the advantage of ZANU-PF in this scenario? It is that the world, the courts, and the generality of people in the region and abroad, they'll say this was a heavily contested debate, which included the two big minds, or illegal minds, like Mwonzora and Maduku, but the people used. Why is it that Mwonzora, Tendai Beauty, and Timber are allowed to address? Do you think if Chamisa today had called for a press conference, he will succeed? I doubt if he will be allowed. But these ones, I heard someone saying, no, we are here because we diverted them. You cannot do that in Zimbabwe. That's not true. They pronounced that, no, we ran away, so we diverted, no, we dodged them, we took them by surprise, just to make us believe an obvious lie. They knew, the Zimbabwean intelligence knew that they are now launching. Timber was addressing also, saying, no, takarambidzwa, tikarambidzwa, nasu wazobvumizwa sei. So these are the questions that Zimbabwean people should be asking. Tichanakirwa nezvirungu. Chirungu haindicho chakarwa hondo. It is the people of Zimbabwe that fought the war. So zvizokuita tumagroup tokuti apa igroup yechirungu, igroup yekutaura chirungu chakadzama. It's not what is going to liberate Zimbabwe. So I've given you the background of Mnangagwa and what he has done and what is likely to do, which I've already said in our previous conversation, that Mnangagwa's aim is that come 2027, ZANU-PF dies. He picks up a new jacket of being a king of Zimbabwe. Let's see if that is going to happen that way. If there are any questions, you said you had a lot of questions. I've taken your time because of our network was not good.
No, it's fine. You have answered most of the questions when you were explaining, but I just had a few left. And you guys, if you have any questions, please feel free at Shirinengu and answer today. The weather is a little bit friendly. We can still continue. The first question, you said Mnangagwa only appeared, or we started hearing about him in 1976. hondo yanga isati yakutopera here ipapapa ndomubvunzo wekutanga. And then wechipiri, mazita avanozvipa aya achinzi Trababilus vakanzi vakaita sei, vakabheutsa, vakabhomba chitima. Zviriko here izvi kana kuti inyaya dzekunyeberana?
Mvunzo yo wagara uchineka iwowo mvunzo iwowo. Mazita esikomberigo what I don't know how they came about. I don't know. Because let me say this. When Mnangagwa, after his training and deployment in Zimbabwe, to do sabotage, because that was their mission, sabotage. That was the beginning of the armed struggle. There was no direct confrontation. It was sabotage. And sabotage is underground movement. Before he could do anything, he was captured. And he spent most of his time in prison until 1972. He's deported back to Zambia. He comes to Zambia, he joins his family, he goes to school, he finishes his law degree, which we all know it does not take less than 5 years, less than 4 years. It has to be 5 and above. So he completes that. 1976, he joined the armed struggle, rejoined the armed struggle. So these names of Trababilus, and from 1976 is now directly linked to the president. So he cannot go to the front.
Okay.
Right. Because he's now moving with the president. Wherever the president is, he is the person in charge of the president schedules. A timetable. So I don't think he ever went to the front. 1977, we have all these other things. We were starting a fresh struggle because of these disturbances of 1976. Everybody, we start 1978. We interrupted again by detente, and after that one there is a Geneva conference in Lancaster House conference in 1979. So I don't know when he developed when he entered those names that he calls himself. I don't know.
Yeah, very tricky. And then there's another question here. I will just combine some of the questions because Aneka kulinga kaanako. Zvikanzi, he never went to university. There is no proof of that. His blood sister told us that he was a bricklayer. And then another question is Comrade Whitehead certain that Mnangagwa went to university? You can see another one, the last one, iripo. Low degree, where did you see the degree? So those are like about his education. Zambia mkuru.
Well, I don't want to commit myself. I did not see his degree. I think I've said this in the previous episode. But I assume he went. The last time I heard about him, or the last time I saw him, I think it was in the 74, 374 there. I used to see him in Chaisa, in Mandevu there. He was a person putting on bell bottoms and with that afro comb. So I don't know what he was doing, but what I know, he did work with Mwanawasa. Whether he did that degree, I don't know. I did see him now in his fundraising. There are two prominent people from Zambia that he says they were together at the university. Whether he does, he have a genuine law degree, no, I can't confirm that. I don't know. I really don't know. Because the only time that I remember him is after 1976. There we could be hearing about his stories almost every day as the person with the president all the time. So he became prominent at that time. These other things, this I'm saying, including these names, I don't know how they developed, how it became like that. Maybe somebody will come into this platform and they say, no, we named him with Chikoprokindo Kanda at this front. Yeah. Maybe they're there. But to my knowledge, no.
Right. Thank you very much for answering that. Vanemu Bonzo, if you feel like you have any question, anything that you want to know about President Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, feel free kunyora mubvunzo. Tinobvunza Comrade Whitehead varipo kutipindurira. Comrade Whitehead, pane rumors akawanda. I'm not saying that your answer is the correct one, but you can answer based on maziviro amaita munhu pamaishanda mese, just like looking at his behavior. One, pane allegations kuti vaMnangagwa is got a lot of kids out there. Vane vana vakawandisa kunze uko vanozikanwa nevasingazikanwe papublic. Then two, pane allegations futi, one of them ndi Susan Mutambi akabuda achiti vakandibata chibharo nemamwe madzimai akawanda ariko kunze uko. And then pane mubvunzo wangu, character yavaMnangagwa towards madzimai yanga yakamira sei pamaishanda mese kumaoffice uko?
That is very too personal, PJ Oli. I don't want to get involved in those things. That's the disease of Zan. Madara, I cannot say it's only Mnangagwa. The only thing that became prominent by Nyaya Mnangagwa, Kutane vana vakawanda, I don't know how many they are, but what became prominent is when he was the Minister of National Security, Godfrey Majonga. That was a matter that really went viral. And Mugabe died knowing now the truth that indeed Majonga was found at a flat where Mnangagwa's girlfriend was residing and in a compromising position. And that angered Mnangagwa, and Godfrey Majonga became what he is today. I don't know whether he's still alive. Yeah, that's what I know. Izvi zvechifambi-fambi zvokumhanya-mhanya nevasikana vakomana mbovaregererai madhara ezano. I know. I remember in another conference, one of them, these madaras, achituma vakomana nditsvagirei battery charger tunowanika. So I was confused. I thought they were talking about a battery charger. Anje minister utsvaga battery charger mota yaita sei. I didn't know it was a battery charger of a kind. So that is their game. That is their game.
Yeah, thank you.
Very few of them who can say I'm innocent. Very few.
Yeah, thank you for answering that, because there's a video that was also circulating here, Philip Chiyangwa saying kuti waitosvikira madhara vakuru vekumusangano vane mukadzi wako ototi sorry shefu ndakukanganisai, muchipesana mototi shefu manga mapedza here. That one is coming straight from Philip Chiyangwa. Yeah. Saka ndo unhu hwavo ihwohwo. There's another question here. I think this is not linked to Mnangagwa, but I'll just read it. Comrade Whitehead, do countries like Russia, China, and South Africa have influence in Zimbabwe politics? If so, how? If so, I think he wanted to say, if so, how significant allegedly Chiwenga raising money from Middle East to fund his interests?
Let me say this. During the struggle, ZANU adopted the Mao strategy. Mao strategy is a Chinese strategy. And their support largely came from China. So their ideology is based in Maoism. Whereas ZIPRA, their ideology and their thinking was Russian, then the Soviet Union. So their ideology was based on Leninism and Marxism. Now, at the death of the Soviet Union, things changed. The world order changed. At independence, when Mugabe came in, ZANU was hijacked now by the British. Mugabe became a darling of the British because they did not want the Chinese to bring influence. ZAPU lost because they believed ZANU was Leninism and Marxist who was going to possess or take away their land. This is how ZAPU lost. The Chinese influence became very minimal because now ZANU was dallying with the British through Mugabe. And it is for that reason that you find mostly this can be confirmed by ZANU cadres, that most senior ZANU cadres, remember, we the pioneers of the armed struggle were not educated. The latecomers of 76, 77 were coming from universities, having completed Form 6, Form 4s, and so on and so on. So those are the people who, towards the end of the armed struggle, became prominent. That's why you want to so hey, Takaro, hey, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. Nonsense. There are more senior or people who participated in the liberation struggle of Zimbabwe than them. So they don't make noise. Those are the people who are suffering in the rural areas. So the influence, therefore, of the Chinese ended in 1978 towards 1979, when Mugabe had now engaged the British government and they promised them. This is why he was given a lot of honorary degrees, which they ended up withdrawing them after the land resettlement program. So to answer your question, I don't think the support they had during the armed struggle and now is the same support they are getting now from Chinese. Why Chinese today are in Zimbabwe? It's not for the support of ZANU-PF. It is for the Chinese to loot, in simple terms, to loot the resources. They are not coming here to invest. They are not investors. They have no buildings that they are putting up. Even in the mines where they are mining, there are no structures. Whatever they do, it collapses as soon as they are done. So they are not there to support, to ideologically support ZANU or to reflect into yesteryear's relationship. That is not, it's not true. If anyone thinks that way, is a daydreamer. Chinese are no longer in Zimbabwe or anywhere in Africa pursuing their ideology. No, these are looters who now come to say for the past 50, 100 years, the African looting was done by the Western world. We lost. So now it's our turn to do it because they are desperate now. They don't have the resources. They don't have technically know-how. So we are coming in and they are taking everything to China. That's all. So there is no ideological relationship anymore between ZANU and China.
Right. Thank you very much for answering that. I think this will be my last question, and then we close the program. Kanzi Nemtereru uyu. You've heard that both Mugabe and Mnangagwa were the Rhodesian and British projects meant to protect their capital interest in Zim mines and farms. What have you heard?
Yes. I have already said that we do not know. The question that even those in ZANU should be asking themselves, I know Zanda knows about this. How did Mnangagwa, as a terrorist, like any other terrorist, were put in an isolated cells? How did they meet with Mugabe, a detainee? What did they discuss in that prison, in those prison cells? And why did Mugabe, particularly when he came with Itekere, why didn't he use Itekere as his bodyguard or as his advisor or his what do you call this, vigilante? Why did he make him his confidant? Why did he had to look for Mnangagwa? What was the secret? And when Mnangagwa comes in, he starts now disseminating, eliminating most of the Zanda cadres. Right. And all these other people who are said to be educated and so on, they came that period. They were in America, all of them. Then they came at that time because they are now educated. And the Mugabe is stressing that point of education, forgetting the people who executed the armed struggle from the Zanda side. So the armed struggle was hijacked, and the information you are bringing, comrade, I think is authentic, that indeed there should be something that involved the British in the mind of Mugabe and Mnangagwa.
Right, there's another comment here just saying Nyabonga for the answer, comrade Whitehead. I don't know if you have anything else to say before we close, because this is cinema questions about.
Okay, no, it's unfortunate that we started. I think maybe nets.
Okay.
In time a break. But my last words are these. Ndakataura nenyaya Chamisa the day before yesterday. Yesterday I spoke about Chiwenga. Today I've spoken about Mnangagwa. It is up to the Zimbabweans now whether you take this seriously or because you have your own narratives and your own history about what I've said about these three gentlemen that I've just mentioned. So my last words is that I'm saying these things so that because we have this crisis of constitutionalism, that when you participate in the debate of these things, you understand your candidates, the people that you want them to move forward after this constitutional amendment bill number 3, whether it succeeds or it does not succeed. What is it that you are going to benefit out of it as a Zimbabwean? Does it benefit its succession Zimbabweans? Its failure, does it benefit Zimbabweans? It's up to you to choose. My view is that the concentration now by every Zimbabwean is to prepare for election. Forget about all these shenanigans. Prepare for election. These are your candidates. I've given you, if they are not reliable, if they are reliable, you can campaign for them. But I've given you their background. I've given you what they are likely to do after this. So prepare for elections, particularly the young people. Young people, please, this is your future. This is you. It is your generation that has to take the torch. Whichever way you want to take the torch from the old guard like myself, this is your time. Don't be deceived or be diverted by this noise. To group up, hey, this about this. That is nonsense. That doesn't pay you anything. It will not change. Resolution number 1 is gone. Resolution number 2 is started. Where are you standing? Where are you standing in all this? And I'm saying, let's concentrate on election. Mobilize people that we force ZANU-PF to go for election. You intellectuals, if this is your time to speak to African leaders, that any mistake that happens in Zimbabwe will destabilize the entire African continent, particularly the SADC. Any mistake with this bill that is being proposed, it will go to heavily affect the security of Southern Africa. Because I'm seeing people fleeing in thousands to neighboring countries for shelter. Are you prepared, SADC, to receive more Zimbabweans than you have now? Those are my last words.
Right, thank you very much. We really appreciate your time. We really appreciate you. Tinotenda zvikuru. Enda ndoziva hangu kuti uyu munhu haana basa zvekudaro, but he is very vocal zvekudaro. Comrade Chris Mutsvangwa, mungaitawo history yavo here tozombovagadzirira programu yavo timbonyatsonzwa kuti zviri kumbonyatsofamba sei, vakambonyatsomira papi. Because I remember on one of Comrade Geza's clip, vakataura kuti vese vamunenge muchitaurisa havasi mahovhedzi. Saka toda kuti timbodzeka nawo timboona kuti zvakanyatsomira sei.
I'll be very frank with you, DJ Holly. I don't know Chris Mutsvangwa.
Is it?
The only time I met Mutsvangwa, because in Mozambique I was there physically during ZIPA. I did not meet with Mutsvangwa. The only time I knew about Mutsvangwa was when we had already, even at the formation of the Zimbabwean National Liberation War Veterans Association, he was not there. He was not part of it.
Okay.
Then when now things were moving smoothly, that's when now everybody was attracted to become part of this association. That's when I realized Mtswangwa. And I've told you that Mtswangwa, for him to be the leader of the war veterans, I put him there. He cannot deny that. I think he's listening to these interviews. He knows he was rejected by his own province in Mashonaland West. I took the whole night persuading the chairman for Harare province to accommodate him so that he's accredited in under the Harare province so that he participates in the Maswingo election. That was for the first time Mtswangwa to hold a senior position in the War Veterans Association. So I don't know him. It would be a waste of time to start talking about him. I don't know which party he was. I don't even know. What I hear from those Zanda is that those were the group that were working at the radio station in Maputo. So I don't know. I don't know. There are people that I can say, if you had asked me about Geza, I'll tell you. If you ask me about Zino, about Gwauya, I'll tell you. I've told you about Chiwenga because I did meet Chiwenga when they were being deployed to be instructors in Mnangagwa. Yes, so I know about that. So I don't want to talk about
people you don't know.
Zongo doesn't matter to me.
Pakaiva.
Like you knew about where Chino Timber was trained, what he did. It's just like you're Matematanda. You ask me about Matematanda, I'll tell you I don't know about him. Because those are the people who do not matter in the army. When we talk about the armed strike, there are people in Zambia that I know.
But those are the people who are very vocal, and it's just I'm a born free who think that they were there and they were very active and they were very busy there.
Ndogara nchitaura pachirongwa pano kuti maoperation ataita kuya they were so secret zvokuti kuti munhu akatraina chaakapinda akabata gida akapinda kufront kuti afambe chiti ndindakadonhedza icho ndindakadai dai ziva kuti baba vandofunga vanobaba toziva kuti uyu ndofunga nonyepa uyu. You can't. It was prohibited. Kuti ufambe uchitaura nezvinhu zvakadaro.
Okay.
So handingazive avo. You asked me about uyu musikana uyu Monica Mavunga. Yes, I can tell you. I can tell you. Handina kumuona, but when he related pandakatanga kusangana naye achintaura nenyaya yekumboroma, I can tell you, oh yes, mwana wanga aripo.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I can tell you what angaripo. He was there. You ask me about Opam Chinguri. Yes, I can talk about it. But not zvimwe zvese zvinongo buruka say jecha. No, I no time for that. No time.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Comrade Whitehead. Yeah, order to take a program and then to offer.
Another topic we pick. We can talk about why ZANU-PF broke, why ZANU broke from ZAPU, and what happened. But those are very sensitive issues. Maybe let's hold them there, because the Zimbabwean situation is already volatile. So we don't want to resurrect my feelings around, because there are a lot of problems, very hurting experiences zvekuti vanhu vanogona kuzotanga kurovana futi atide kusvika ipapo. But we are
true.
saying let's move forward. The 2030 is a rubbish thing to any reasonable person, but let us not manya ne-program yezanu. This is a program yezanu. Imi prepare kuma-election chete. Izvi zvese ma-side shows hazvinei nevanhu veZimbabwe.
Yeah, we still have that document, the Mwenje document, and we can find a topic from there or one chapter that we can go through, and then we do that one.
Yeah, I wanted to. That is a very good thing. I've just reminded. Unfortunately, we are winding up now. I wanted to remind that to Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa, if he goes to this Mwenje, anoona. Because Angasipa, he was not there. That Mwenje document. What kind of a leader Zanu yaida utaura nezvezapo kwandandiri utaura nezvavo zvezanu yavo ikoko. What were the resolution of ZANU even when they formed Darere Chimurenga? What kind of leadership did they want, and how that leadership was going to conduct itself? What did they mean about integrity? We will get there so that we remind Mnangagwa that he should not divert from what was agreed upon. Pamwenje document read. He has completely digressed. And nema general vese vanoriziva kana vasina kuriverenga well is not my fault. But this is what we should be saying. You remember tichitangisa DJ Wall. Ndakati, where did we go wrong? Why are we finding ourselves to where we are today? Why is these things happening? Because this is not the struggle we fought. Zvese zviri kuitika uko both kuzanda nekuzebra haindizvo zvinhu zvatakarwira izvi zviri kuitika izvi. Dei tisingatamburi nenyaya yenhingiri ye-2030 pasina iyi. Because the voice of the people was much stronger than any gun, any command, any individual stature.
Yes.
And the Mwenje document addresses that. A leader of ZANU shall be the leader that listens to the citizens, to the peasant, and the command will come from the people themselves. No decision shall be made outside the citizens. So the generals should be talking about that, have a conversation over that, and see where Mnangagwa is taking Zimbabwe. Is it what you went to war for? The answer is totally no. We'll get into that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comrade Whitehead. Tinotenda zvikuru, tinosangana mangwana muchirongwa chinotera.
Yeah. Tinenge tiripo. Kusvika 2030 yamira tinenge tiri pano.
Aiwa, tinotenda. The platform is always open for you anytime, you know that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, mazvinzwira mega tambozama kupindura mubvunzo. Hanzi vamwe avo vese vari kunyeba kuti maovheta ava. Vakashata. Haini nangu ndichazogadzira yangu programu ndega. Vese vanenge vachizviita maovheta ava tombovaunza panapa naMutsvangwana Chinotimba kuti vambotiudza kuti vakatrena kupi, gore ripi, vaimbonyatsoita nezvei, because manyebero acho vanenge vachiita vakomana vanenge vachitovhura hombe chaizvo. Murero hausiriwo. Mazvinzwira mega, mazvionera mega. Tomorrow we are going to talk about the document rinonzi Mwenje document. Muchanzwa zvakawanda ipapo. mangwana ngatisanganei same time 9 o'clock. Musakanganwe futi kuudza vamwe, moudza vamwe, mosenda malink. You are free to download these videos, moisa kuma TikTok kwenyu kwese kwamunoda. Pangokunakidza chete dambura ipapo uite kuti zvitenderera. Handitika regai tinzwe simba one blow. Hurumende yemagevha, hanzi tiri kutongwa netsotsi. Emerson uri mbavha, uri gevha.
Zimbabwe muri kuzviona osei. Oh, shall remain. Yours truly, Mr. One Blow. One Blow. Foolish government. Yeah, me raspi.
I was talking to Simba, I just need to say this. I was talking to Simba One Blow when we were busy with the live stream. This song is not yet available on his channel, and he have given me the permission to upload it on our platform. So I'm going to work on the song tomorrow, visual wise, and then upload the song on this platform. Saka msazouye ku inbox kwangu muchiti song tichakutumirai song ichauploadwa mangwana. Thank you very much.
Hurumende yemagevha takatumira mbavha. Hurumende yemagevha tiri kutongwa netsotsi. Emerson uri gevha, takatumira mbavha. Gevha, matsotsi. Hurumende yembavha tiri kutongwa negevha. Takatumira from bad to worse, tishiva kuna baba bona. Unogona wona hapa na chata gona. Zwakangoma life iri kuona. Oritanditi munoti kutongwa kwaro. But say kuchishga vekumba kwaro. Youths unemployed but inao magwaro. Zimbabwe yese haina mufaro. Say muchidaru kuita makaro. There is too much kakistocracy. Where is our democracy? Chibataru okoro wangu mwana weva. Inindi chabarako. Let's rise, let's be wise and expose this Zimbabwe aparara vedue. Saga chibataru okoro wangu mwana weva. Mageva takatumira mbavha. Hurumende yemagevha tiri kutongwa netsotsi. Emerson uri gevha, takatumira mbavha. Gevha, matsotsi. Hurumende yemambavha tiri kutongwa negevha. Mbavha, tsotsi. Takatumira